Bonsoir, mes amis.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Bien, bonsoir, mesdames et messieurs. Nous commençons. We'll get started. Bienvenue à notre soirée, une soirée pour honorer notre grand ami, Monsieur Marie, Joseph, Paul, Yves, Roche, Gilbert du Moitié, le marquis de Lafayette.
Welcome to our evening, an evening to honor our great friend, le Marquis de Lafayette.
Il a lutté pour notre liberté et démocratie.
He fought for our freedom and democracy.
C'était un ami de notre président, President Washington.
He was a friend of our president, General Washington.
Il a aidé l'éducation, la tolérance de religion et le respect pour tout le monde.
He supported education, religious tolerance, and respect for all.
Il a créé de l'avenir de l'Amérique.
He believed in the future of America.
Et tous les Américains l'ont adoré et l'ont admiré.
And all Americans loved him and admired him.
Il est arrivé aujourd'hui avec son secrétaire, Auguste Levasseur.
He arrived today with his secretary.
Ce soir, nous avons l'intention d'écouter de la musique et de danser.
This evening, we intend to listen to music and dance.
Et bien entendu, de dîner ensemble de la nourriture fantastique.
And of course, to eat some fantastic food together.
Je crois que ce sera un événement merveilleux.
I think this will be a wonderful event.
Donc, amusez-vous bien ce soir.
So, enjoy yourself this evening.
Vive la France, vive les États-Unis.
Long live France. Long live the USA.
Vive la Révolution, vive la liberté et vive Lafayette.
Long live the revolution. Long live freedom. Long live Lafayette.
Merci beaucoup.
Hello. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Gina Node. I am your mistress of ceremonies tonight. And I want to thank Anne and Annette for setting the ambiance for tonight. Anne is the committee leader for the Franco-American Memorial Committee, and Annette is a regent. Both are members of the Susanna Coutange Evans chapter, Daughters of the American Revolution. I also want to thank Dr. Kelly and the Raleigh Cantata musicians, and welcome one and all. It is simply delightful to see all of you here tonight. We have a fun and historically correct celebration for your entertainment and for your pleasure this evening. Being part of this gala keeps history alive. Your presence also supports the historic preservation of the beautiful Stonewall Manor. Tonight we celebrate and relive the history of 200 years ago. It was nearly at this very location that Lafayette was honored during his Guest of the Nation tour with a lavish dinner and mazy dance. We will once again retrace many of those activities. We wish to extend our warmest appreciation to the many sponsors who have made this bicentennial celebration of Lafayette's visit to the Great Falls of the Tar possible. For without your support, we would not be able to be here tonight to pay homage to America's favorite Frenchman. Those who gave support to the Lafayette 2000 events include the Bicentennial Partners, the American Friends of Lafayette, Nash County Historical Association, and Stonewall Manor. We have our signature event sponsors, Helen Lockley, Vice Regent for Wyoming, Mount Vernon Ladies Association, Our supporting event sponsors, Body Knoll Incorporated in Rose Hill. We have our patron sponsors, Nash County Travel and Tourism, Life 103, Simmons and Harris, and WHIG-TV. Twin County Media, and Teresa Peden. Our community partners are Kathy Strange-Jones, and Friends of Lafayette, Annette Sipey. Join me in showing the appreciation of all of those wonderful folks. Frank Womble is going to bring us greetings from the American Friends of the Lafayette. Frank Womble is a native of Northampton County and a retired Army Lieutenant Colonel. He and his wife, Gloria, are life members of the American Friends of Lafayette, where Frank serves on the Board of Governors. Gloria is a member of the Constantia chapter, Daughters of the American Revolution. Frank is a member of the Great Bridge chapter, Sons of the American Revolution. They live in Suffolk, Virginia, where they have planned and executed the recent celebrations of Lafayette's return to Suffolk and Somerton as co-chairs of the Suffolk-Lafayette Bicentennial Committee. Frank?
Well, thank you for that kind introduction. Mr. Mayor, Madams Regent, General Lafayette, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for the honor of speaking to this group today. It is a special privilege for me to be back in my home state. On behalf of our President, Alan Hoffman, and the 1,500 members of the American Friends of Lafayette, my wife Gloria and I are proud to bring you greetings, our warmest regards, and our sincere congratulations on the two events here today. We are now at the midway point of our 13-month, 6,000-mile, 24-state commemoration of Lafayette's farewell tour. The American Friends of Lafayette has three simple goals. The first, to commemorate Lafayette's visits to places like Falls of the Tar on the day he was here 200 years ago. Secondly, to celebrate his life and legacy as a relentless champion of human rights. And finally, and I think most importantly, to educate the public regarding Lafayette's importance to our nation's history. Although the American Friends of Lafayette is a national level organization, it is at the state level where concepts begin to turn into reality. I wish to thank Mr. Dan Hopping, the North Carolina State Committee Chair, for his consistent efforts in supporting this and the numerous other events in our state. However, it is here at the local level where the hard work gets done. The success of this event has been driven by the consistent dedication of American Friends of Lafayette Falls of the Tar Project Coordinator, Ms. Teresa Earls. Ms. Teresa, we have a Teresa Earls at the Suffolk Tourism Development Authority, which we work with daily. I apologize for the error. I'll say it again. The consistent dedication of American Friends of Lafayette Falls of the Tar Project Coordinator, Ms. Teresa Peden. Ms. Peden, please stand and be recognized. Is she escaped in the back there? Teresa, you need to come out here for that. Thank you. These events also rely on other supporters. City government involvement is critical to success. I sincerely thank Major Sandy Robertson for his personal support. Local historic associations and sites are also key players. Here in Rocky Mount, it is the Nash County Historical Association and the Stonewall Manor providing that support. The American Friends of Lafayette enjoys a formal relationship with the National Society, Daughters of the American Revolution, who are our most consistent and enthusiastic supporters. Here tonight, it is volunteers from the Susanna Cotanch Evans chapter. My appreciation goes to Chapter Regent Annette Sipe and to Ms. Ann Wilmer, leader of the Franco-American Memorial Committee. As we remember Lafayette's critical role in achieving our country's independence from Great Britain, we also remember his brave comrades in arms who, like Lafayette, left their homes to join the Patriot cause, the Nash County and Edgecombe County regiments of militia. Members of these two militias fought at a combined 13 battles during the war, including 2 critical battles here in North Carolina. The Edgecombe County militiamen were present at the early Patriot victory at the Battle of Morris Creek Bridge in February 1776, a turning point in the war. Both militias were at the crucial 1781 Battle of Guilford Courthouse. The British victory that day was costly. Cornwallis's casualties totaled 25% of his force. His losses there led him to abandon his campaign in the Carolinas and eventually make his way to Yorktown, a fatal decision where he would surrender his entire force on October the 19th, 1781, ending the last major battle of the war. The service and sacrifices of the Nash and Edgecombe County militias are certainly not forgotten. Tonight, we welcome Lafayette back, and we celebrate him as a consistent supporter of liberty, equality, and universal human rights. So viva Lafayette, and viva Falls of the Tar, home of patriots.
John Mebane is a 5th-generation descendant of Joel Battle, one of the early founders of the Rocky Mount Mills, established in 1818. John worked in many capacities during his 31 years with the mills and was president at the time of the closing in 1996. The 1825 landscape, John has his remarks, and I would like to turn it over to John now.
Thank you, Gina. So my remarks in the park this afternoon attempted to give an understanding of the area in 1825. Now I would like to share some information about Henry Donaldson and Joel Battle with a little insight into the cotton mill. I've not seen a birth year for Henry Donaldson, but he married his wife, Eliza McDonald, the daughter of an Edenton merchant, in 1807, with some indication he had come from Rhode Island. In 1812, Donaldson was clerk of court of Chowan County, and in 1816, he was in Edgecombe County, going into business with Joel Battle, Peter Evans, and John Hogan, trying to develop a cotton mill. Donaldson was an industrious fellow. After building a home for his family near the river, and we believe right out in front of this building somewhere, around 1819, he also built and operated a tavern that served as a stagecoach stop. His home and tavern were quite close to the building we're in tonight. In 1821, Donaldson bought Peter Evans' interest in the mills, giving him a 1/2 interest. As a guest of the nation, while traveling the country on February 25, 1825, Lafayette was entertained with dinner and dance at Donaldson's tavern and spent the night in Donaldson's home. The accounts of the evening state Lafayette was lulled to sleep later that night with the sound of the water rushing over the falls. An advertisement in a Fayetteville newspaper indicates Donaldson might have had an interest in a mill in Fayetteville as early as 1826. In 1828, he sold his interest in the Falls of the Tar operation to Joel Battle and moved to Fayetteville. In 1830, Wake County census shows Donaldson's household in Wake Forest Township, and in 1833, he was living in Mobile, Alabama. In 1825, Joel Battle was 46 years old and had lived his entire life in Edgecombe County. He owned Shell Bank and another plantation. He had been a student at the State University in Chapel Hill from 1798 to 1800. He married Mary Palmer of Johnston of Edgecombe County in 1801, he was a merchant as well as a successful planter. In 1816, Joel Battle, Henry Donaldson, Peter Evans, and John Hogan bought 171 acres and an existing grist mill at this site to develop the idea of building a cotton mill. The mill was built between 1817 and 18. Battle bought out John Hogan's interest in 1819, and the building was enlarged in 1820. In 1820, Joel's son William, a student at the university, received a letter from Henry Donaldson asking if William knew a graduating student that might be interested in a teaching position. If so, the community could pay the teacher with room, board, and laundry. In 1828, the 10th year of the mill operation, Battle bought out his remaining partner, Henry Donaldson, and became the sole owner. Battle died in 1829, and 3 of his sons took over the manufacturing facility. In 1835, Battle's son, Benjamin Dossey Battle, built a residence on site, which is the 2-story frame home sitting just across the driveway from this building. For the full 178 years of operation, various members of the Battle family owned or managed the operation of the cotton mill until its closing in 1996. Hopefully this gives you a little more insight about the activity in this area and a couple of the key players at the time of Lafayette's visit to the Great Falls of the Tar as a guest of the nation. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that, John. It is with great appreciation that I introduce a young lady we have here tonight. Her name is Reagan Carson. Reagan is a junior at North Carolina State University, pursuing a major in political science with a minor in history. She is dedicated to furthering her education and career in law. She serves as editor-in-chief of Her Campus Digital magazine at NC State. She leads a team that produces content to empower and inform young women. Reagan is a member of the Omega Phi Alpha sorority, serving as sisterhood chair. She hones her advocacy and public speaking skills as a member of NC State University mock trial team. Driven, ambitious, passionate about her goals, Reagan is making the most of her time at NC State while preparing for a future in law. With a zest for history, she is engaged as a member of the Mayflower Society. Reagan will share her insights on Lafayette's stance on human rights. So let's welcome Reagan up to the stage.
Good evening. Today, I stand before you to celebrate a man whose legacy lives on, and whose commitment to freedom and justice defied the rules of his time, and whose unwavering belief in universal rights of humanity continued to inspire us all. Marquis de Lafayette was a man of extraordinary courage, a champion of liberty, and an embodiment of the age of revolution. Following the Battle of Yorktown, Lafayette wrote to his home country of France that humanity has won its battle. Liberty now has a country. To put it simply, the fight for freedom and human rights had been achieved, as America was now a new nation where the people could live their lives in liberty and secure equal rights for all. This quote not only displays Lafayette's sentiment for the American Revolution, but also his passion for human rights. As a junior at North Carolina State University, majoring in political science and minoring in history, both human rights and the history of those who contributed to the fight for them is something that I spend a lot of time studying. Over the course of my many years of schooling, I have come to learn and appreciate more and more the valor of people like Lafayette who chose to fight for just cause. Born into privilege, Lafayette could have lived a life of comfort. However, after being faced with a world full of turbulence and injustice, he chose to do something greater. At only 19 years old, he took up arms to aid the American Revolution, where he fought alongside patriots to secure freedom from tyrannical rule. And then later, as a figure of the French Revolution, he sought to dismantle an oppressive feudal system that had ruled his country for centuries. To fight as bravely as he did is no easy feat, and truly requires an intense belief to inspire one to take up such a daunting task. It was his profound belief in human dignity that no king, no tyrant, no institution could hold dominion over another human being. He believed that the innate worth of a human being was not measured by their wealth, their race, their gender, or their background, but by their humanity. A belief that we should all hold to be true till this day. Lafayette recognized, too, that oppression is not limited to one country or one group of people. It is a global plague that only through the recognition of our shared humanity can we hope to overcome it. Lafayette had a strong passion for universal suffrage and fought for issues like abolition, religious tolerance, gender equality, and so much more. In his eyes, these were not abstract ideals to be debated in quiet chambers. They were tangible truths to be fought for, even if they are at great personal cost. For example, in an era where slavery was entrenched in both the French and American colonies, Lafayette was vocal on his distaste of such a dehumanizing, unjust institution. During his time as general for the American Revolution, Lafayette saw firsthand the contradiction between the ideals of freedom embraced by revolutionaries and the reality of slavery in Southern colonies. He was deeply troubled by such contradictions, and he spoke out against it whenever he could. He argued that liberty and equality, the core values which both the American and French revolutionaries were fought for, could not be truly realized as long as slavery persisted. Lafayette's ideas on abolition were ahead of their time, as were his beliefs on gender equality. While women of the 18th century were excluded from political and intellectual life, Lafayette believed that women were too entitled to the fundamental rights of liberty. When it came to his wife, Adrienne, a brilliant intellectual in her own right, he was supportive of her participation in public life. In his time, he advocated for the improvement of women's legal status in the realm of marriage and inheritance. While he may not have been able to enact radical change in his time, his enduring belief in liberty and equality placed him far ahead of his contemporaries. His ideas were revolutionary for the time and paved some way for many of the freedoms that we enjoy today. When he was imprisoned for his support of his democratic ideals, and while his life was in jeopardy, he did not falter. To him, the struggle for freedom was larger than one individual and larger than any revolution. His life serves as a reminder to us all that the fight for human rights is not just a political struggle, it is a moral one. Lafayette's belief that all men and women are born free, that their rights come not from the state but from nature itself, call upon us to recognize the intrinsic worth of every individual. In a time as confusing as ours, it is important to remember this ideal. The struggle for human rights continues. The work Lafayette began is far from over. There is a constant struggle for equality, even in our own country, and we have faced backslides and pitfalls in our journey towards it. It is a continuous struggle that calls us to be aware, to speak out, and to make change. In honoring Lafayette, we honor not just the man, but the principles for which he stood. We honor the belief that human rights are not the privilege of the few, but the right of all. We honor the idea of a world where liberty, equality, and justice are not just words, but the foundation upon which our societies are built. As Lafayette said, humanity has won its battle. Liberty now has a country. It is up to us to ensure that those words ring true and we uphold what he fought for. Thank you.
Reagan, thank you so much for that insightfulness that you gave us on Lafayette. He truly was a Renaissance man. I think we also need to know that Reagan also has some very deep roots here in the Nash Rocky Mount area, so we wish you the best of luck, young lady. I now call on the mayor of the city of Rocky Mount, Mr. Sandy Robertson, to come and give us the Lafayette Day proclamation.
Thank you. It's indeed my distinct honor and privilege to appear before you tonight for this various proclamation. So whereas the city of Rocky Mount, North Carolina is celebrating the bicentennial of the Marquis de Lafayette's farewell tour of America in 2024 and 2025. And whereas in 1777, the American Revolutionary War, the young Marquis de Lafayette first rendered service to America by traveling from France to give aid to the colonies fighting for their independence, becoming one of George Washington's most trusted major generals, and considered by many to be his adopted son. And whereas Lafayette is a lifelong evangelist for human rights, advocating for religious liberty, racial equality, and civil rights, and relinquished his own noble title during the French Revolution. And whereas Lafayette was an early and consistent voice against slavery in France and America, where he constantly sought to persuade American friends, including George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, and James Madison, to eradicate this evil. And whereas Lafayette supported women's rights in matters of education and divorce, endorsing and promoting the views of activists like Frances Fanny Wright, and whereas during the farewell tour of America in 1824 and 1825, he visited the then 24 states and always spoke about the ideals of liberty, justice, and democracy. Now, therefore, I, as the mayor of the city of Rocky Mount, do hereby proclaim February 28, 2025 as Lafayette Day in the city of Rocky Mount, to remember and celebrate the Marquis de Lafayette's last surviving Major General of the American Revolution, his farewell tour, and his overnight stay at Donaldson's Tavern on the Great Falls of the Tar on February 28th of 1825. Thank you.
Just a little bit about our mayor, Sandy Robertson. He was first elected in 2019 and then re-elected in 2023. His goals include reducing crime, strengthening education, increasing economic development opportunities, improving transportation, as well as making life better for all Rocky Mount residents. Mayor Robertson is a native of Rocky Mount who decided to run for his first elective office to lead efforts for positive change. Mayor Robertson has more than 30 years of professional experience in the healthcare industry. He is a licensed nursing home advisor and currently leads HealthFuse Capital Partners in Carrollton Facility Management. In addition, he is an avid investor and supporter of many businesses and startups. As a strong philanthropist, Mayor Robertson supports several local charities, including the Boys and Girls Club, Peacemakers, United Way, and many more. He is president and founder of the Community Hospice Foundation and donates towards core hospice services to support hospice patients and their family. Mayor Robertson is married to the former Jennifer Stone and has 4 children. He is a member of the First Baptist Church. Thank you, Mayor Robertson, for the proclamation of the Lafayette Day, calling all citizens to support this monumentous occasion. And now we have the last, hold on to yourself, but we have the last surviving Major General of the American Revolution. The guest of 2 nations, the hero of 2 worlds, American and France, America's favorite Frenchman. Welcome, Lafayette, the friend to the United States.
What a pleasure. The kind and flattering reception which I am honored excite the most lively feelings of gratitude. I beg you, Mr. Mayor, to accept my respectful acknowledgments to you and to the citizens of Falls of the Tar. Mesdames, Messieurs, Mr. Mayor, distinguished members of Falls of the Tar, and my dear friends, mes amis. Please allow me to introduce myself. I am General Lafayette, though many of you may know me by the name I bore during the great struggle for liberty, the Marquis de Lafayette. It is a profound honor and joy to stand before you on this most splendid occasion, this day of celebration, the 28th day of February, 1825. The last time I set foot upon American soil was over 40 years ago. I returned then to celebrate the Treaty of Paris, signed in September of 1783, which formally ended the hard-fought war for American independence. And now, as I stand before you once more, though the decades have passed, we must never forget those who made that independence possible, the soldiers, the sailors, and the Marines who sacrificed for this cause. French, American, Spanish, men of color, and Native Americans alike fought and bled on the battlefield to secure this freedom. Let us honor them all. My friends, as you know, I have returned to America at the gracious invitation of President Mr. Monroe to serve as a guest of the nation and to journey across all 24 of these United States. When last I was here, there were but 13. How remarkable it is to see how this young nation has grown. This journey reminds me of what first compelled me to cross the vast ocean and take part in the struggle for liberty. I first heard the call in 1775 when I was but a newly promoted captain in the French army. At a gathering in France, I attended a dinner where the brother of the King of England was present. Unlike his royal brother, he harbored sympathy for the American cause. And we spoke of many things: the battles at Lexington and Concord, the gathering of Congress in Philadelphia, and of course the great man himself, General Washington. By the end of that evening, my heart was set. I turned to my brother officers and declared that I was ready to fight and, if necessary, to die for this cause. Many asked me, why risk your life in a foreign conflict when France and England are not even at war? Why take up arms for a cause not your own? But I believe you already know the answer. This was no ordinary war. This was a struggle of ideas, of liberty, of self-governance, of the rights of man. It was a war fought not for conquest, but for the very principles that define the age we now call the Enlightenment. Philosophers spoke of a world where government was founded on representation, where all men, regardless of class, color, faith, or fortune, were measured by their actions and their virtues rather than their birthright. These were the ideals that inspired me, and they remain as powerful today as they were then. Now, after 40 years, I am reminded of my final farewell to His Excellency General Washington. It was in 1784, after we had spent 10 glorious days together at his beloved Mount Vernon, reflecting on the war and the future of this nation. As we parted in Maryland, he said something to me that I have never forgotten. He said, "Monsieur le Marquis, I believe the easier task was winning this war." I was surprised. After all we had endured, Valley Forge, Yorktown, the countless sacrifices, what did he mean? But he explained, the far greater challenge will be for these 13 states to remain united, to govern themselves wisely, and to endure the trials of the future. From 13 states to 24, you have faced war, unrest, hardships beyond counting, yet you have endured because the foundation laid by the sacrifices of patriots was strong enough to uphold a nation. One day, this great republic shall shine as a guiding light for the world, a testament to the enduring strength of freedom and self-governance. God bless you all, and may God forever bless the United States of America. Thank you.
And salute.
The guests of the nation, nowhere more welcome than at the Great Falls of the Tar. She received his best services. He enjoys her best affections.
Now, we welcome the original 1825 toast to Lafayette. So please prepare to raise your glasses for the first toast that has been given. I'm waiting for y'all to raise your glasses. I think I want you to do a joyous salute. Say something.
I'd like to give a toast for this gracious welcome to be among patriots and the wonderful citizens. I give my heart to the Americans and thought of nothing else but rising my banner and adding my colors to theirs. I propose a toast to the Falls of the Tar. May it forever enjoy the blessings of liberty. Hear, hear.
And I believe the Masons are going to sing now.
Till death shall
Thank you, gentlemen, for that great rendition of that 1825 song, and also for all those patriotic toasts. So let's give another big round of applause. I now need Annette Sipe, Regent, Susiana Kutanch, Evans Chapter, National Society of Daughters of the American Revolution, to give our benediction. When she finishes, our main course will be served through a buffet line. So we will begin with the guest at the head table in the front of the room, moving to the back of the room. And then the Regency era dancing will begin. But let me turn it over for our benediction.
Let us pray. Our Heavenly Father, kind and good, from your provident hand, we have received our right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. May this day stir our minds and stimulate our hearts with a high sense of patriotism as we commemorate the Lafayette Bicentennial. May all that this day symbolizes renew our faith in freedom, our devotion to democracy, and redouble our efforts to keep a government of the people, by the people, and for the people truly alive in our world. We ask that you bless our country with your wisdom, your love, and your compassion. In your mercy, restore hope, and let righteousness and justice flow like a mighty river. Thank you for your love and favor. Bless this food that it may be a nourishment to us, so that we in turn may be of service to you, our country, and fellow citizens. Bless us as we meet, dine, and share this time together. Amen.
I think we have a few remaining toasts that need to be made right now. Is that correct? I heard a yeah. No? I thought we had the 12. Okay, there you are. Okay, gentlemen.
I would like to close a toast to February the 6th, 1782, when France signed the alliance with America. And I'm happy to see some of the people in the audience wearing the alliance cockade. That gave France the ability to give us 120,000 muskets, 40 tons of ammunition, and 30,000 bolts of cloth to continue the war. To France.
Thank you for that. All right, head tables. Oh, it looks like you might already be going. Go ahead and start moving towards the buffet as we have the wonderful string quartet playing for us during dinner. Frank, the infant Hercules who strangled the 2 serpents at Saratoga in New York. Where are you, Frank? Is he out strangling serpents? And then I'm looking for Dan. Dan Hopping, thank you. Thank you for that correction. May her destinies be as happy as she assisted in making ours. That's in reference to France. Are you Dan? No. Where's Dan? All right. Where's Mayor Sandy Robertson? I see him somewhere. Where's the mayor? I saw him somewhere. All right. The rights of man, the gift of God, the power of government, the grant of the people. People, raise your glasses along with the mayor. Whoop, whoop. All right, I'm looking for Gary Spencer with Sons of the American Revolution. Patriotism and philanthropy, when combined in the same individual, he may be justly styled the noblest work of God. Lynn Bull. Yes. Yes. Lynn Bull, another son of the American Revolution, the memory of Washington, greatest among the greatest. Raise those glasses, folks. Our very own Gary Barefoot, sons of the American Revolution, the President of the U.S., Monroe that is, the legitimate and beloved chief of loyal and happy people. Okay. Thomas Davis, another son of the American Revolution, the memory of Franklin, the immortal Franklin, he wrestled thunderbolts from the clouds and forged them against tyranny. Okay. Rich Dyer, another son of the American Revolution, the living patriot, in reference to Jefferson, who poured the soul of the continent into the Declaration of Independence. Raise that glass. Bob Sigmund, the example of free institutions on this hemisphere, a benefit return of the wrongs done it by the others. Okay, hear, hear, yes. Darwin Roseman, another son of the American Revolution, the heroes and savages of the Revolution. Hallowed be the memories of the dead, happy the days of the living. And last but not least, Stephen Morris, another son of the American Revolution. Happy the people who have virtue for their guest and gratitude for their feast. That is us tonight. Raise those glasses. Thank you so much. Couple of notes. Tomorrow afternoon, you can go online, social media, and look for Gary Hodges. That's Gary with 2 R's of Sunset Studios. And all of the pictures for tonight will be available. You don't need to purchase them or anything. He'll have hundreds out there, folks. Facebook is his social media platform, okay? And I'm looking for Mr. Step Lively. We've got some dancing to do now, folks. So please come on up, get ready, put your dancing shoes on. After those 12 toasts, you should be ready. Are you calling from here or are you calling down here? All right, Mr. Step Lively is gonna call Lively from the floor. So come on up, folks. We've got about another hour to go, and we just want to thank you all for coming out once again and being a part of our event.
yourselves. Please, gentlemen, take a partner. It is considered rude, gentlemen, to remain seated or at the periphery of the room when there are ladies wanting partners to dance. And as I gaze about, the look on many ladies' faces tells me there are many gentlemen who now must rise and ask a lady to dance. For those who have some small familiarity with English country dance, you will recognize that the musicians being here dictates this where I stand as head of the hall. Thus, gentlemen's line is along here, ladies' line along here. You are across from your partner naturally. And we shall indeed be performing Haste to the Wedding as our first selection for the public tonight. Have I no more takers? I understood there was a group of students here tonight. Should not those who pursue their education find a fuller curriculum than merely amongst textbooks and the study of dry history and immerse themselves in the practice of dance? I'm staring at your table, young people. Get up and come to the floor. Make noise for the young people hiding in the back. Stir them on, bring them to the front. I shan't proceed without at least 4 high school students coming to the floor. Come now. Yes, sir! Bravo, sir! Courage! A display of manliness for sure. Ask a lady to dance. There we are. I have my 4. Insistence goes a long way in this world. Monsieur, you're of course naturally at the head, being the guest of honor, but could you please lead the other dancers closer to me? Gentlemen, lead your partner to the foot of the set, and gentlemen, you are across from your partner, across from your partner. Gentlemen, naturally in the line of gentlemen. Ladies, naturally in the line of ladies. Huzzah. Hands 4 from the top of the set and hold, please. Take hands in a ring of 4. Hands in a ring of 4 people. Hands in a ring of 4 people. Hands in a ring of 4 people. 4 people. Perfect. And you shall be joining soon. Watch and learn. When it's your turn, someone will come to you. We have hands 4. Now, are we encouraging more people from a particular table to come to the floor? Tom and Jeannie. That sounds very particular. I presume that's Mr. Tom and Miss Jeannie. To the floor, Mr. Tom and Miss Jeannie. No? Taylor and his wife. There are so many requests for people we shall run out of space. Are you coming to the floor? No, they're retreating for beverages. Well, there's higher ground and then there's the bar. Those who have hands 4 right now, retain hands 4. I haven't said to let go. Circle to the left. Left clockwise, 7 steps. Use count 8 to pivot your bodies and return anti-clockwise to the right till you're standing where you had begun. You are across from your partner. Drop hands. Put right hands in diagonally to the person across from you diagonally and form a star. Go all the way around clockwise, or as far as you can in 7 counts. Use count number 8 to substitute a left hand and return from whence you came. I did indeed say go, and you're past your time, madam. You're back across from your partner. You're going to perform a movement with your partner known in French as a dos à dos, in English, back to back. Go forward, passing your partner by the right. Go. Pass your partner right shoulder. Go forward and come back, passing partner by the left. Pass by the left. Yes. If you bump into someone, you're being social. Everybody lift your right, everybody who's dancing and everybody who's seated can join in too. Lift your right hand about chest height. Lift your left hand about chest height. Put those 2 hands together twice. It's called clapping. It's a very technical dance term, but you've mastered it brilliantly. Give 2 hands to your partner. Gentlemen, palms are up. Ladies, palms are down. That's extending and accepting the invitation. Go clockwise till you come home in 6 counts. Go. All the way around. Don't be shy, don't be slow. Turn to face your neighbor, up or down. That's the lady or gentleman next to you along your own line. Don't take hands with them yet, though. Don't take hands with them yet. Turn to face your neighbor. Perfect. When you were holding hands 4 in a circle, you were holding hands with one person, your partner, and another person, your neighbor. You should be facing that other person, your neighbor. Pass your neighbor by the right shoulder, going forward, now, and pass them by the left, backing up. The same movement of back to back, merely executed with your neighbor. You did so well last time. Clap twice. Go ahead. Brilliant. There was a retard on that clap. Don't put a fermata on the clap, please. It'll be a very interesting Zen sound. Now, you're going to give 2 hands to your neighbor, but you're only going to go halfway with them, not all the way. 2 hands to your neighbor and halfway. Drop hands, turn to face your partner again. Take hands 4 with a new couple, with a new couple, with a new couple. Yes, you should be holding hands in a ring with 2 different people than you held hands in a ring with before. Circle to the left. Back to the right. Hold, please. Switch places. Gentlemen on gentleman's line, you're across from your partner, otherwise you're golden. Put a right hand in diagonally. Put a right hand in diagonally. Forming a star. Go about clockwise, 7 steps. Count number 8, substitute a left. Return. And drop hands, you're across from your partner. Pass your partner by the right shoulder. Pass your partner by the right shoulder. Partner. And back up to the left. But it's not a back-to-back if you don't back up. Don't leave me hanging, man. I can't believe I have to teach a high school student high five. What are they teaching I don't want to know what they're teaching in high schools these days. Turn to face your neighbor. They're above or below you. Turn to face your neighbor. That's the person that you were holding hands for with a moment ago. Ladies facing ladies. Everyone wants to grab their neighbor's hands right away, and I know there's a lot of security in holding hands, but it's not time yet. You have to pass them by the right shoulder first. Pass your neighbor by the right shoulder going forward. Pass them by the left shoulder going backward. Clap 2 times. And now you may hold their hands briefly as you turn halfway. Go. This is where you change places with them. Take hands 4 with a new couple. Hands 4 with a new couple. Hands 4 is 4 people taking hands. Hands 4 means 4 people taking hands, and you're ready to go in a circle. We'll walk through one final time because the musicians are getting restless and I could be in trouble. To the left, to the left, to the left. Back to the right. Ending across from your partner. Right hand in, go. Back by the left. Get across from your partner. Get across from your partner. Pass your partner by the right shoulder. Pass your partner by the right going forward, left coming back. Clap twice. 2-hand turn your partner. Yes. End facing your neighbor, up or down. Pass your neighbor by the right shoulder going forward, by the left coming backwards. Clap twice. 2-hand turn halfway only to trade places. Take hands 4 with a new couple. You're ready to begin the dance, but as previously observed, dancing without music is like living without breathing, which is sort of like breathing without living, but that's quite another experiment. And that's a place for me not to stand for very long, until we play Jimi Hendrix. Now, you're going to have a 4-measure introduction. And those 4 measures are technically for you to honor your partner. But since I know you take security in holding hands with others, you can retain hands in a hand hold of 4 people. Just nod to your partner and do not begin the movement in your circle until I so indicate. Introduction coming to you. Honor your partner. Circle left, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, other way. And across from your partner. Right hand star. Come back and just wait. Just wait. Wait. Now, pass partner by the right shoulder. Clap 2 times. 2-hand turn. With your neighbor, pass right shoulder. Clap 2 times. Halfway only. With a new couple, circle. Other way. Right hands diagonally, go. Come back by the left. End across from your partner. Pass partner right. Wait for it. Now, clap, clap, 2-hand turn, go, go, go. Facing your neighbor, pass right. Ready to circle with a new couple. Other way. End across from your partner for the next section. Right hands in. Left going back. End across from your partner. Pass right shoulder. Facing neighbor, pass right shoulder. Clap twice, halfway only. With a new couple to the left. Other way. Right hands diagonal. Other way. And across from your partner. Pass right shoulder. Ah, they've got it. Facing your neighbor. Pass right shoulder. Other way. End at home. Right hands diagonal. By the left. Pass partner now. Here it comes. 2-hand turn. And face your neighbor by the right. Clap, clap, halfway only. Applause and more applause and more applause. In a moment, I'll give instructions to them, but they're so high on life that I'm going to appeal to you, who may be high on something else or not. But that's fine, because we're going to raise a glass to the Raleigh Camerata. Assembled here, we have a wonderful traditional string quartet, 2 violins, cello, and viola, accompanied by my very dear musical cohort, Mr. Dean Harrington. which makes us a string quintet, doesn't it? Piano quintet. You're right, I'd need a second cello or a viola likely. Oh, that may be over somebody's head. So, find another partner on the floor and form a new long wave set. That means give me the same formation, but with someone different across from you. Gentlemen, don't be shy, ask someone else to dance. Now, if you've been inspired out there and decide you'd like to come up, we'll make room for you. Hands for here. And we have a couple waiting at the bottom to join in on the fun. Drop hands. You wish to join? At the foot, please. There's a couple waiting for you. We have more people joining. This is too fabulous. Take hands forward and don't let go, please. I'm going to ask you to shift over and come this way, and I'm going to ask you three to move towards the stage. This way and this way. I want you to move, yes. Move towards the stage, please, to make room for our friends towards the stage. And all of you come to form another long way set because the music is so spectacular and the dancing so popular, we don't have enough room before we collide with the exit doors. You should be across from your partner. If they're in another part of the building, there's something amiss. Please ask any gentleman you so desire, or lady, I'm not particular. Ask anyone. You see those gentlemen looking at me like I'm going to point them out? I think he wants to dance. You see how he's smiling at us? I think that's him saying he likes you. Go ask him to dance. Get a partner and come up to the floor so I can start teaching. Anyone else wishing to join? Now is indeed the time. We've made room for you on the floor. Please, I need some gentlemen to come to the floor. I have a lady, which I identified was quite rude to leave a lady standing out. I see men in uniform who are not coming to the call of duty. Well, I think he's obligated. Will, Mr. Will, pause again for Mr. Will, thank you. Your partner is across from you. Hands forward from the top, hands forward from the top and retain, hands forward from the top and retain, hands forward and retain. Great, now we know who's a 1 and who's a 2. If you're close, don't let go of hands. I'm subliminally reinforcing physical knowledge while I speak. Amongst your 2 couple groups, there is one couple who is closer to this fine string quartet. They are couple number 1, or first couple. They who are below couple number 1 are naturally couple number 2. Louder, please, couple number 2. That was medium loud, but I'll take it. Mezzo forte. So we have couple number 2 below, couple number 1 above. Drop hands. Your couple number 2, raise 2 fingers in the air. If you're couple number 2, oh, that's who we are. A moment of identity and self-realization brought to you by me. Drop your fingers. I should be paid extra for that existential work. Couples number 1, 1 finger in the air. You're number 1. Good for you. Gentlemen should still be facing down. Ladies should still be facing up. Everyone step right, closed. Left, closed. Chassé back home. Slide to the side, past your partner, and turn to face your partner. Good. We got the concept. Now let's try it with a bit more fluidity. Portamento. Ladies, face up. Gentlemen, face down. Step to the right and closed. Step to the left and closed. Slide past your partner. Go, go, go. Slide. Oh my. Give me a moment. Chassé, slide to the side and then slide the other way. No, you should not try to go quite as far as I just did. That was for demonstration purposes only. Everybody go back home. Face to face, absolutely. Front to front and face to face, I treat as synonymous, assuming that most people's faces and fronts are indeed on the same plane. Ladies facing up, gentlemen facing down. Everyone step right and close with the left foot. Everyone step left and close with the right foot. Now, in a miniature version of my illustration, slide to the side, go. As the lady asked, face to face. Fabu. Step right, close left. Step left, close right. Sashay back home. Slide sideways. Turn to face your partner. We're halfway there. This dance, by the way, audience, is titled Lafayette. And it was written in honor of, applause please. The dance itself is first recorded in a 1794 dance manual by Griffiths out of New England. It was written, obviously, after the Revolutionary War, before the Marquis de Lafayette's tour of America in 1824, 1825, but he was such a vaunted hero that dances and music were continually written in his honor for years after the Revolutionary War. So we're doing a dance right here tonight, which was dedicated to Monsieur Lafayette. First couples only are going to take inside hands. That's going to be the ladies' right and the gentleman's left and face down. Gentleman's left. All right, no worries. Face me again. Face my way. Right. Left. Repeat after me. Right. I'm not looking. Left. Let's try again. Gentlemen's left, ladies' right. Facing down. When you turn to face up, as you should do now, turn to face up. You're going to change hands exactly. You're going to come into the place of second couple who had been below you. Second couple, I advise stepping out of the way. Second couple, step up one spot, and number ones, come back up, and you're going to be right below the couple who had been below you. You've just switched places. I think somebody didn't travel down here, did they? You didn't go down, did you?
We were number 2 at the time.
You've come back. So you were one? You went down and came back? Well, we're not done with the dance yet. Perfect. After the introduction, I shall prompt you. Begin by honoring your partner. Honor. Now, cast, go. Down, down, down. Twos come, ones come up. Ones come up above their twos, don't go anywhere. And set. Chassé across. Chassé across. Come on home. Come home. Ones go down the middle. Come back up into second place. Circle to the left with those same people. Circle. Back to the right. And across from your partner, there's a couple out at the top. Number one couple, go. Come back. Everybody set. Chassé, slide across. That's right, close, left, close, slide across. Ones go down the middle. Come back up into second place. Twos move up. And circle, circle. Here. Other way. Number ones, cast, go down the outside. Down. Come back up. That's you too. Set. chassé, set, chassé. Ones go down the middle. Come back up into the place of the twos. Move up. Circle, circle. Other way. Ones cast. Set and chassé. Set, chassé. Ones go down the middle. Come back up. And circle. Other way. Couple number one, down the outside. Come back up. Somebody do something. Set. Slide across. Set. Slide across. Ones down the middle. Come back up to second place. And circle. Applause.